Hey everybody, thanks for joining me. Today I'm going to be tackling our family's Christmas decoration collection, thinking about which items we cherish and want to keep and which items we can donate or sell. First, I want to share a little bit about our family situation. My husband and I have been married for 16 years and we have 5 children, ages 5 to 12. We live in a rental farmhouse, which is actually my husband's grandparents' homestead. It has sentimental value, but we know it's not where we want to live forever. And so for the past 4 years that we've been living here, we've been saving up our money and also planning our future forever house, which we are naming Hill Cottage. It's smaller than the farmhouse that we're living in now, and so in the lead up months to our build, which starts in the spring of 2019, we have been going through all of our items and really thinking about which ones we want to bring with us when we move. We would rather tackle this now than move and then have all these boxes filled with things that we need to sort through in our new fresh space. And so we're kind of on a journey towards minimalism, maybe not super extreme minimalism, but really thinking about what items bring us joy and what items are useful to us. So during the month of December, which is typically a time when our family would bring a lot of items into our home, we're thinking more about what we can put out of our home, what items we can donate, what items we can sell. To make it more fun and to hold myself accountable, I decided to create a December Declutter challenge, 4 weeks of different challenges that will really help us get rid of more things and think about what items we want to keep. For the first challenge, I'm going to be taking on Christmas decorations. I decided to sort through everything before we put it up so that we can get everything out of the bins and really look at what items we want to keep. For this challenge, I'm using a specific organizing technique called the KonMari Method, which basically means you should lay everything out so that you can see all the items that are similar and decide which of those items that are so similar are the ones that bring you the most joy and are the most useful to you. And so I laid everything out in my living room to take a look. After laying everything out and taking a look at everything you have, the first step is to think about not which items you don't want or which items you want to get rid of, but instead to think about, of those like items, which ones bring you the most joy and which ones for sure do you want to keep. So I did that first. The first item that I want to keep is this willow tree nativity set. I have the basic set plus the expansion ox and donkey. So not all of the pieces in the nativity, but it's just enough for us to set up a display and remind ourselves of the true meaning of Christmas. All the pieces have a lot of detail, but they're simple and they just really are basic pieces that we put out every single Christmas. The next thing I'm going to keep is this large basket that I purchased last year. I fill it with rustic items such as pine cones and other nature balls, and I like that it brings a little texture to the room and also it seems to bring the outdoors in. This snowflake collection has given me a lot of joy through the years. They were all handcrafted, crocheted snowflakes that my mom picked up for me at a craft fair years ago. The detail is pretty amazing and I love the look of them on the trees. Now I'm going to tackle our ornament collection. We have a very wide variety of things from handmade to store-bought to hand-me-downs, just a whole mishmash of items. And I'm going to sort through each one and see which are the ones that are taken out every year, which ones mean something to us, and those are the ones we will keep. This is one of my all-time favorite ornaments. It's one that my husband and I bought when we were first married and we bought our first house. It sort of looks like our first house, which was also red, and it's got a music box in the back, plays the song I'll Be Home for Christmas. definitely going to keep it. Let's take a look at the piles. So the save pile, my husband was on the fire department in our city for about 10 years, and each year as a gift at Christmas, they were given an ornament. And we've always said that we would like to have a special little tree that just has these fire department ornaments on it. And so that's most of the ornaments that we are keeping. This pile I need to talk to my husband about to see if he has any emotional attachment to any of these items because they are his. And this pile here is all donations. They are items that were given to us, handed down, and they never seem to make it on the tree. I don't typically decorate pretty bold, but at Christmas time I like to add a little bit of color, and so we have a lot of red generic bulbs. But there's a set of them that I bought at a yard sale years and years ago, and they're starting to fray. And I think that those will probably get donated. There's strings hanging off of them. They're just in bad shape. The newer ones I bought last year, and we'll be keeping those. And also keeping the silver, which I like to put on the tree almost every year. Let's just take a little look at what's left in the pile over here. A few random things. The Christmas tree is in these two bins. It's a big old tree that actually was my parents' and was used in our house when I was growing up. And it was a really nice tree back in the 80s. And it's pretty big, but the problem with it is that all these little needles just fall right off. And so throughout the season, I'll get a whole bunch of them on the floor. So I'm not sure if it's going to make the cut for the new house, but we will put it up this year, so we will be keeping it for this year. In this bin here, we have more random things. We bought these when we lived in an American Foursquare house, and we put one in each window, and that was really pretty, but we don't really have a use for them right now, and I think that somebody else could enjoy them. There's also some painted wood decorations that I remember making in college, and it was a really fun craft project, but I don't decorate with them anymore. There's this one, and there's this reindeer one that will go into the donation bin. Tree skirt. I'm not a huge fan of this one. In fact, I would rather get a neutral tree skirt. I think I probably picked this one up on clearance one year. I will probably be donating this. And this is another collection of things that I used last year. I had kind of a fun red and green vintage Christmas theme that I will link down below. A home tour blog post that I did about this theme, and it was really fun, and my kids loved it. And because I'm not usually that bold of a decorator, it was kind of fun to do that. I'm going to keep these. These are vintage seed bag fabric that I made into pillow covers, and they're really cool. And all of these things kind of coordinate together. So I'm going to keep this set, probably use it in the family room at the new house. On this side we have some greenery, and these little tins I made last year to go along with the red and green theme. But I don't think I'm going to need these at the new house, so I'll probably donate these 3 little mini trees. And then I've got this light up tree that was mine when I was a little girl, and it's just seen better days. However, my kids really like it, and so I'm not sure. I'd probably be okay letting it go, but I'll have to talk to them about that. The garlands over here, this one has metal pieces inside of the greenery, and so basically what we do is we hang it up around a door frame, and then we use it to display our Christmas cards. When we have Christmas cards that are given to us, we hang them up and display them. That's a fun idea, but this garland is so scraggly, and I've never really liked the look of it, and so I think this is finally the year that we're going to let it go. Probably go without the card display for this year and figure out something new for the new house. This garland here, I actually like the look of it better. It's not a real heavyweight garland, it's pretty lightweight, and so I think I could use it at the new house somewhere, you know, it might be useful. I think I'll keep that one and get rid of this one. And we've got our tree topper. We have used this tree topper basically every single year since we've been married. I really like it. It goes along with the silver ornaments that we use almost every year as well. So we're going to keep that. We've got our light strands and a few, looks like little icicles. I like these. These kind of add a little bit of texture to the tree. I am pretty much a white light kind of person, so these are all strands that we bought last year and they're all working condition. We're going to keep them. This hanger is something that my mom made for each of us girls, and it's a replica of an advent calendar that we had growing up, and every day you take a little message out of the pocket and it comes with a little ornament that you hang on the tree, and it's got just a great little message of Christmas, and it's fun for our kids to do it. I don't think we did it last year, so I'm going to bring it out this year and we're going to go through each day. We're going to keep it. This little angel was the tree topper when I was a little girl, and I loved looking at her. She has these little candles, light candles on the top that she's holding up. And as you can see, she's got a plug in here to light up. I'm not sure how safe the wiring is anymore, so I think I'll probably disconnect the wires and do sort of an elf on a shelf sort of thing with her, because I do want to keep her. Okay, I'm all done sorting, and I've got a really great pile of things that will be donated. Just many items that we were not using and will bring joy to somebody else. And here's what we're left with. I've got my basket with the organic items, some lights, the single garland with icicles, the Christmas tree and topper, the red and green items I made last year that we'll use in the family room, and the advent calendar my mom made me, and the angel, as well as the willow tree and a few ornaments that fit in this bin. Feels really good and pared down. I actually decided that I would keep the 2 vintage suitcases. One of them was my grandma's, and use them to store my Christmas decorations each year. And so everything that we have kept fits into these 2 suitcases, besides the basket and the tree. I just like how tidy everything looks, and it'll just be easy to grab these 2 suitcases each year and bring them down for decorating instead of all the bins. Time for the little elves to get to work and help me put up the tree and decorate. I noticed that with fewer decorations, the kids really took the time to look carefully at each one and really select where they wanted to put them instead of just throwing them up on the tree. And so in this way, knowing that I love and we love all of the ornaments, I was totally fine letting them decorate the way they wanted to decorate, because I knew that it would look great. So challenge number 1 is complete. I hope you'll join me next week when I take on another December Declutter challenge. Thanks for watching.